Hey guys, today we're going to be doing another video on setting up the driver. I brought the proper arrow that I could potentially hunt with, my 5.0 setup. So yeah, let's throw the driver back on. Right. One thing that just when I'm throwing this on, one thing that I really like is how close it sits to the riser. The distance hasn't seemed to be an issue inside of the peep. You have this is to roll up, down. It's a little tight. If you look at how close it is to the housing itself, it's pretty tight, which, I mean, I tend to hit my knuckle on this little part here when I'm rolling down. I mean, you can see I can't even fit my fat thumb in between the housing here. There's no adjustments to make that any better. And then you get to the windage, and the windage is kind of tough, not crazy. These are old markings. This is going to be interesting to see and make sure my 20 is, I can get it somewhere that it's supposed to be. I think I was rolled down a little bit when I was doing it at the house. I was somewhere in there, but when I was making the last tape, I think I made a mistake I was using the wrong pin, because I'm using my bottom pin as my roller, and I just ran out of room with stuff, so that's why we're doing it again. We're going to make sure we get it right and have some fun.
We had a Recon outfit with us, and every time the Queen would come into our camp, I could put my hand on her lap, and they said, "Stuyvesant, get her out of here, so one bullet don't get them both." And,
Right.
well, these two guys that would jump in, well, there were no frogs back then.
Yeah.
These were the baddest men on the planet.
Right.
Enough of that.
Yeah.
Golly. Is that a camera?
Oh yeah, it's the camera.
Wow. I just hit it.
Oh, that's all right. It'll come back around.
Now you go home and you can...
Yeah, I can pull it up on my phone.
That's truly the correct way. I mean,
to see my form and
being left-handed. I'll let you be.
No, yeah. We'll talk more. I'll be here. Yeah.
I'm shooting 30.
Okay.
Real slow. I'm rebuilding.
No problem. I'm gonna shoot a couple more at the 30, and then I'm done with it.
I'll work around you, Bob.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know the family.
I'm gonna run down and grab those real quick. All right. So far, we got out to 50. We're gonna get our 60. That should be enough to get a sight tape, in my opinion. And then I might verify try to find 100 once I get one and just kind of see. But for now, we're doing all right. Let's see what 60 says. I had to leave the range. Forgot my daughter had awards for school, so yay, but also is what it is. I shot out to 60, so I got reasonable marks for my sight tape. I think I'm with sight tape using my bottom pin, so sight tape 18, at a 440 something grain arrow. And when I did it Saturday with a 400 grain arrow, I think I was sight tape 13. which I found interesting because if you look at the sight tapes that come with the driver in the bag, it's kind of hit and miss which ones. It's not every single sight tape. When you go through this comparison chart, there's this chart, and then you got another one for slower bows in a sense, and they had 13, 14, 17, 18, and 17 is actually the number that has the white tape when you're sighting it in, and then it was 21, 22, 24, 25. So it's kind of, I find it coincidental that I landed on sight tape 13, which happened to be one that they offered, and then 18, which is also one of the ones they offered. Found that kind of interesting, and I'll lay out all the ones that it actually came with, because it goes 1 through 40, but there's not a metal sight tape for each one of those numbers. But anyway, so I'll show you the finished kind of product, and excuse my dirty workbench. So I got it at 50, 40, 30, which is what I like to hunt with. These top two pins I have not verified yet. The bottom pin is what I made for the roller. What I found when it was on the lift is with the bottom pin, I could get out to like how I have it set right now, 70 pounds, 29-inch draw on the lift, and I was sight tape 18 with a 440 grain arrow, and judging by my veins on the hunting arrows that I was testing out, I could get to about 115 with that bottom pin before I'll probably have interference with the housing. So with that being said, realistically I'm going to wind up doing this again, because I'm going to hunt with 80 pounds, and the speed tape I would imagine gets faster. I'm going to look into online and see if they offer other whatchamacallin', metal sight tapes, like if they have them on their website. I don't know what is available for this or not yet. Obviously when you get it, comes with hard box, you got your manual, and then comes with these two sight tapes. And when you make your marks on your white paper, basically you line them up, which is interesting. I haven't done it that way. I kind of like the Ultra View setup where it has the spot for a sight tape in the back, but this is kind of what it shows for what comes with it. Let's see if it'll allow me to read it. I don't know if that's focusing in or not. Anyway, I'll just list off the numbers. It comes with a couple Allen wrenches, 1, 2, 3, 4 Allen wrenches. Let's see, we got 21, 22. 13, 14, and then it's 27, 28, 25, 26, 31, 32, 39, 40, 34, 33. I wonder if within their testing they just found that those were the most commonly used numbers based on average specs of bows. I would imagine that's what it is, because I mean 21's got to be really fast. I haven't chronoed this. I'd say it's probably in that 287 feet per second mark right now, with that 440 grain arrow. I definitely, like, for my Ultra View, I'm running sight tape number 2 with a 384 grain 5.0, which is stupid light, so I'd expect that. I ran sight tape 4 with my Hoyt last year, but it was at 80 pounds, 29 and a quarter on the draw. So yeah, I love the sight. I love the sight picture, especially down range. You know what, I thought maybe they'd be too big and hide the target. I actually, obviously found that by churning the monostat, the cover, I think it's called a monostat, basically to pick up the different the pins, the brightness, allows you to be able to see them a little bit better. So with that being said, yeah, I think that this is a good site to go with. I'm willing to get over this whole tight roller thing. You can see this finger touching when you're rolling, your knuckles definitely going to hit. That doesn't bother me. I mean, I do really like the UltraView wheel, but all in all, it's a well built sight. It's really light, really compact. In fact, let's see if we can get overall length from end. Roughly 6.5 inches long. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this one. Definitely looking forward to getting right into it. And now I'll do some follow-up videos after I shoot it for a while. When I switch, come end of April, I'll be switching over to it because I'm only doing my club's click attach shoot. I'm not doing any tacks. Maybe, well, it'd be cool. Make it to Utah and do July's tack. But yeah, anyway, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If there's specs that you think I should post, or if you want information and I have one and you don't, and you want to know before you buy, let me know. And yeah, I'll try to get you what I can and help you guys out. Anyway, thank you and peace. Hey guys, hope I answered your questions for the driver. If not, please comment, message, whatever you got to do to help us address it. I understand that not everyone has one of these bad boys right now. They're awesome, but most importantly, like the video, hit subscribe. We're going to come out with more content this year, trying to do a big focus on the hunting aspect of it, but Ron and I are going through a lot of product, I don't know, not review, but just the trial and error of it, being, for me, new to archery hunting and figuring out what works, what doesn't, and one of those things where we just go balls deep into the details of what works for us. And it may not work for you, that's fine. But hey, if you're asking too, hats, shirts, yeah, the sweatshirts, the shirts, there's a couple women's apparel lines for alcoholics. Shoot us a message. We'd love to send you guys some stuff. It's not for free. We're selling it. It's at a reasonable price. Literally just trying to get some merch out there, see where it goes. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And yeah, with that, I'm Uncle Mike, and thanks for watching.